Oh, hey, it's me. Everybody sounds great today. Party punch!
We search for a shadow.
I just wanna be the best breadwinner. Hey guys, this is Robbie Daymond. I play a lot of ingenue, shonen, young characters. So there's a fine line that separates all of them. I play Spider-Man, and his placement is right up here because he's 15 years old. His name's Peter Parker, and his voice is pretty close to mine, but it's right about here.
Come on, man. You're ruining my moments. Shoo!
But then I also play Prompto, and his voice is pretty close to mine, but it's a little bit right down here.
Uh-huh.
And then I also play Tuxedo Mask, who's a teenager, and it's pretty close to mine, but it's down here instead. So they all live in different places in different sort of areas. So those are some of the characters that I'm more well known for. Some things that maybe people don't know is that a lot of times I do utility work on cartoons. So I'll come in and I'll do 5 or 6 characters.
And one of them might be sort of a scary bubble voice up here.
And one of them might be a big scary guy.
And those kind of cartoon voices, I'm so fortunate to get to do those as well. I think a lot of that depends on the direction that you get. Another classic acting training thing is you make strong choices up front and then you rely on the people guiding you to sort of manipulate those. So I'll send an audition and whoever's casting will hear something where they go, yeah, that could work, or we're close there, or we're as close as anybody has gotten. And then we'll go into the studio and they'll say, okay, let's really tune this in. Or you might get in the studio and say, no, this was perfect, we're gonna go with you right off your audition. But most of the time there's a little bit of tweaking here and there. And that has something to do with having sort of a musical ear, like I grew up as a musician as well. So being able to hear sort of intonation and pitch and that sort of thing really helps you create a character's voice. And then you sort of apply layers. And these are all external things, like, you know, you want to understand the character first, but once you understand them, then you can put on the external things, like, okay, this character is a beaver, so maybe he's got buck teeth, and sort of you could put it here, and is he big, is he small? And they say, well, yeah, we want to keep the teeth, but let's just make him smaller. And then you decide where you want placement. It's like, okay, so he's smaller, he's got buck teeth, so we put him forward, but then they go, oh no, he's kind of gribbly, let's put it back in the first, and all of a sudden you've got a bubble voice. So you can sort of make all these little tweaks, and you've got the same character, but you're just sort of fixing the aesthetics of it on the outside. And that's something that if you've got a really good director and a good creator, they'll help you find that, be able to make those little fine tunes. Yeah, I work in a lot of different forms of voiceover. I do audiobooks, anime, video games, and Western animation cartoons. Audiobooks are you're sitting in a room by yourself from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. with you and one director. Anime, it's usually one director and you do a lot of material really fast. Animation is one of my favorites because you get to work with the cast and you do the script more like a radio play. Everybody together working scene through scene and then fine-tuning the lines as you go. And then video games, it's usually you with the staff and you're running down a queue of selections that may or may not be in order chronologically based on story. They might be procedural. You're relying a lot on your director for context. And I just started doing mocap this year. And that is such a blast. Maybe one of my new favorites because the lines are memorized. It's much more like being on a film set and you get to embrace all the physicality. So going back to that and getting in touch with my roots as a stage actor, that's a really exciting experience. So I've been really fortunate, very fortunate, and I recognize that, to be able to work in all of those fields within voiceover. Absolutely. Well, first of all, it's the original colorblind casting. It doesn't matter. You can be black, brown, white, purple, covered in fur, it doesn't matter. You're just playing a character. So that's really a freeing part of that. You know, I might go in one morning and be, you know, a little 4-year-old or a 4th grade kid, and then I might be a monster in the afternoon. Hey guys, this is Robbie Daymond. Please subscribe to Verite Voiceover on YouTube.